Great Sunday, everybody. Great Sunday, great Sunday, great Sunday, everyone. And hey, it's good to see you. Happy Father's Day to each and everybody. I want to thank you all, first of all, for spending some time with me. But even more importantly, I am just so grateful for you all for Father's Day. So many of you have your blessings and I need to understand what a very, very big deal it is to be a father and to have people in your life who love you, to have your kids who love you. Um, so just really welcome. It's a big deal. Father figures, sons and daughters, you're all welcome. And it's good to see you and it's good to have you here. I'm going to do a couple of housekeeping things before I begin, and I promise you I won't be before you long. So just bear with me while I get this little thing done because I like little things matter. Yeah. So again, welcome everybody. Welcome, sons and daughters as well. Happy Father's Day. And I really hope that you've enjoyed or you're enjoying your day today or you're finding reasons to celebrate out there. Uh, Cultivate some gratitude for the day. I hope that you are finding those really, really good reasons and to celebrate and cultivate some gratitude. Because despite having a mixed bag of feelings and emotions myself, and I can assure you, I really have some mixed bag of emotions about this day for reasons, and we're going to talk about this. I can approach this day with a real positive attitude, outlook, along with those of you who are thriving in your spirit with your families and friends, and hopefully some good food, because that's a real Father's Day staple. You got to have good food, and you got to be enjoying it. And so before I begin, and I believe I am coming across all platforms at this point in time, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. This is the Mitch Race podcast. I am Mitch Race, and I help middle-aged to seasoned professional men who are distracted, unclear, and don't know their value gain clarity and vision so they can become the best version of themselves while earning their desired high level income to match their image. I told you this day brings some issues to it along with me, but that's okay. I'm not really concerned about that. Basically, all of that just says to me, look, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. If you're distracted and unclear and you don't know your value, I'm going to help you gain some clarity. I'm going to help you gain some vision so that you can become a better you, better you for you, a better you for your family and your loved ones. And you're going to be able to get that desired high level income of yours just by improving your self image. We're going to help you to match that. And that's all that it says. So if you're blessed enough to have your father in your life and you're enjoying and building and growing a healthy family and fruitful relationship, then that indeed is a real blessing. You may be on the opposite side of things or on a different spectrum entirely from that, and it might be challenging for you. And this can have a lot of different looks to it. I'm kind of on that opposite spectrum of things, but I've overcome a lot of personal challenges and feelings about not having a father in my life. I think this experience will allow me to help others and kind of help myself in some other ways, and to feel that healing and purposeful growth can be achieved. So today on this special Sunday Father's Day podcast, I'm going to talk a little bit about self-image and Father's Day because the two do kind of go hand in hand, because how you feel about yourself is an indication often of how you interpret outside events, and that includes Father's Day, and that may be how you feel about your father. It may feel about how you feel about yourself, and that can lead to some real issues. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit of self-esteem because these things can actually put you at a pretty low point. And I think it's good to be able to talk about these things, unpack it. And I'm going to share my story with you, and hopefully that will give you some value and some food for thought, and it'll help somebody out there. So this may be kind of like a matter of fact thing, but not only did I not have my real father in my life, I also did not know my real father. And I don't have any recollection of him at all. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know what he sounds like. I don't have very many details at all. My mom had a lot of those details, and she didn't really share, or I guess really want to talk about it, and or maybe she just felt like she didn't have to talk about it. And so we just never really broached it, as a mother and son, the way probably that we could have. And I probably could have pushed the issue a little bit more as well. But I think that she just felt like I was so well adjusted that it didn't matter to me whether I pushed it or not, that it just didn't matter. But I was lovingly raised by her, and selflessly raised by my amazing mother. And my birth father wasn't in the picture that long. And the person who would come a little later into my life to be my dad, well, he would not fill the shoes or the void that I needed for model security or stability. It was almost as if everything that I needed I was able to get from my mom. She had a lot of strong and resourceful women in her life, a lot of family members in her life that she surrounded herself with, and the few males in my life, um, my uncles and my older cousins, they kind of filled in where they felt like they could or they should. And so you can probably ascertain from all of this, on one side, I was probably getting a lot of the emotional support I needed, but the component that I really felt that I was lacking in, as I look back at this time in my life, was a stable male figure. And so as a result, I never got into Father's Day. I didn't really celebrate it that much. It really was never, unfortunately, a big deal. And probably like many other males, and the way that a lot of people feel today, it was similar. I always look forward to celebrating Mother's Day. And I know that that is the way that many, many people feel. And you can kind of like feel it and see it in Father's Day, with the way that Father's Day is kind of like that secondary kind of day. Mother's Day is like where they go all out and everything like that. And I kind of get that. I get it. But there are some challenges that go along with that as well, I'm sure, for some. Today, with my iconic mom now home with the Lord, and her job and her work here on earth is done, and me having fully grown up without a father, I have a lot to be grateful for. This is the way that I look at it. So it's a positive for me. No, it wasn't a cakewalk, and I've cried some tears and I've had some fears. And as I count my blessings, though, I've had a lot of achievements and successes, and have met so many other fantastic fathers, figures, and friends. And a great deal of them are in my life now. And I'm so super proud and happy to know them, and some of their children too. I get to celebrate that. Regardless of what happened or didn't happen in my life, I still get to celebrate that. I still get to celebrate other great fathers and encourage them, and walk in my calling to help those who perhaps feel that they were robbed on some level, either through their childhood, or they feel as if they were robbed with their, their childhood. And for the most part, but it's just a blessing, because I get to help you. I get to walk in my calling to help you. And so perhaps if you feel that way, this is going to be a great message for you. This day is a blessing, but to reframe it for the space that we're in right now, and the time that I know that some are going through some real indifference and ambivalence about this, and some out and out heartbreak, because I do understand that. And I want you to know that I see you, that I feel you, and that I hear you. I really do hear you on these things. You have to know that I do. Even though it happened decades ago and it took me some time to kind of get through things, doesn't matter. I still have feelings. I grew up differently. I grew up very sensitive as a result of many things. And now I just feel in a position now that's unique, that allows me to look at this issue, understand what happened and what's happening, and not really being as burdened down about it and being as worried. I'm now in a position to be able to help. So you could be a dad who feels like a failure. You could be lacking confidence, like you aren't enough and need to be more, living with past regrets. You may even feel unloved. You could also be a son or a daughter who feels much of the same, or who feels they've been let down, or you may even feel like you can't live up to your dad's perfection standard or standards. Your dad may not be there for you, and you may have issues and conflicts. And not to trivialize any reason, but whatever the reason on this day you may be experiencing, if you are any anxiety, loss of self-esteem, loss of confidence, or self-worth issues, I hope you still believe that despite where you are in your journey with these issues, you can recalibrate, overcome, and thrive to become the next best version of yourself. And if that's not the case, and you're pretty well adjusted and you're fantastic with life and everything is going superb, great, great. I celebrate you. And again, I champion you because I have a lot of different friends and family members who are all different types, and they're all different types of fathers, and they're all different types of workers, and they are iconic in their ways. So if that's you and you're thriving, wonderful. But either which way, I would love to hear from you. So please feel free to drop me a message and leave a comment and let me know if you like what you're hearing. I'm coaching, contributing, connecting, and helping in the space of self image. It's the thing that I love to do. If you'd like some help and you could use a good self spruce up, perhaps, reach out to me directly through any of the platforms that you can catch me on. I hope that you have gotten great value from this. Please have a tremendous, tremendous Father's Day. God bless you. And thanks again for tuning in to this special Mitch Race podcast. The Mitch Race podcast is on Saturdays at 9 a.m. EST. In the meantime, reframe your vision, reframe your value, and reframe your victory. Thanks, and so long, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I thank you all for being here. Have a really great evening, everyone. See ya.